You know what this feels like to me? It feels like the Cultural Revolution of Mao Tse-tung when the Chinese became the Chi-Coms. This is exactly what it was like. You will conform, and you will love it. You not only will conform, you will love it. And if you don't, kablooey! It is to the work camps for you or to the re-education jail for you. And if you don't get it after that, then it's dog doo-doo for food for you until you do get it. Let me ask a simple question, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I can't help it. I'm logical. I can't help it. That's the way I think. I'm the mayor of Realville. I'm looking at the media, and I'm watching I did watch some TV last night, and I found out why I stopped. Boy, you talk about, I just was blowing up last night. I don't like being mad. I tell myself, you don't have to be mad anymore. Rush, you're 66. And I can't help it, I get mad. It's a good sign, probably. So I'm watching TV, and I'm reading a lot of so-called conservative publications and blogs and websites. And if I didn't know better, well, no, I don't have to qualify this. You're being told that Donald Trump does not want to tick off the Nazis or the Klan or the white supremacists because that's his base, right? And he's got to acknowledge them. He can't make them mad. Why not? Well, because that's who elected him. Do you realize how asinine that is, folks? Do you realize how literally stupid and dumb that line of thinking is? How many members of the Ku Klux Klan are there? And subtract one with the death of Robert Byrd, Democrat senator from West Virginia. How many members of the Klan are there? I happen to know the number. How many neo-Nazis are there in the United States? How many registered neo-Nazis? And how many white supremacists? Do you actually think, I'm asking all of you in this audience, do you actually think that the people who elected Donald Trump are the Ku Klux Klan, the Nazis, and white supremacists? Is that who elected him? Because that's what your media is telling you. And that's what many in your conservative media are joining with the left in saying. That Trump is doing all this, that Trump is trying to accommodate these wacko right-wingers because that's who voted for him. And he can't afford to lose them. Or, get this, I forget who said it, that Trump will take the support of anybody who loves him. He's so desperate to be loved that if the Nazis love him, you will not ever hear him condemn them, except that he has. He's condemned the Nazis. He condemned the bigots. He condemned the white supremacists and the Klan. And, you know, Trump, when he was flirting with the presidency originally, back in 2000 with the Reform Party, you know why he quit the Reform Party? Because David Duke joined it. He quit the Reform Party because Pat Buchanan joined it. You know, this is the party that Perot started back in 1992, or at least was founded around Perot. And Trump was flirting with a presidential bid back in 2000, 2004, whatever it was. And he quit the party the moment the Klan got their hands in it. There is no history of Donald Trump associating with the Klan, none whatsoever. But beyond that, people are saying that Trump is insensitive and he's boorish and he's a pig. And now he's sympathetic to all of these extreme right-wing groups because that's who elected him. Okay, how many members of the Klan are there, folks? Have you Wikipedia'd this yet? The number is 200,000. Tops. How many white supremacists are there? Where do they live? How do you campaign for them? Where do you get their votes? Where are they registered? How do you reach them in a campaign? And now the Nazis, the neo-Nazis, where are they? How many of them are there? Add all three of these groups. How many people are we talking about? And we're told these are the people that elected Trump? It's not possible, folks. It simply isn't possible. And therefore, the idea that Trump refuses to criticize them, even though he has. The media says he didn't mean it on Monday, so they're not letting him have credit for criticizing him. He didn't really mean it. In his press conference Monday, he showed that he won't criticize them because he likes them, because he needs them. So now you're being lied to and told that Donald Trump is president because the Klan, the Nazis, and the white supremacists are his base. And that's why he will not condemn them. Please don't tell me you buy into that. Please. Please don't tell me that you have bought that. Okay, let's go back to the phones. Here is Diane in Edmonds, Oklahoma. Welcome. Great to have you on the program. How are you doing?
Hi, Rush. I am a great admirer of yours. My husband and I both really admire you, and we appreciate your statesmanship, your ability, God-given, to reason and articulate. Thank you for being my voice, our voice. I, too, was born in 1951. Good year.
Wow.
In 1987, I first heard you, had the radio on during my lunch break in the car, and I thought, oh, brother, another brash, loudmouth, bombastic, idiot, liberal talk show host.
Liberal?
And then suddenly I stopped and I listened and I thought, my gosh, he's a brash, loudmouth, bombastic, non-idiot, conservative talk show host. And I have seldom missed your show since then. We're 24/7 members. And anyway, we really appreciate everything that you've helped us to learn. And in my early adulthood, I learned about revisionist history. I read original William Bradford writings. I'm thrilled with your children's series, Rush Revere. I've lived and worked in China, and every time stuff like this comes up, I just think if only Americans would read the history of China and Mao Zedong and what he did. I have a lot of Chinese American friends who came here from China, and they're Trump supporters simply because they said, we see what the Democrats and the liberals are doing, and it's very much Mao-like. Just listening to you today, I agree that this is not innocent on the
I know there's
liberals.
a but coming in all of this. There's a but coming, right?
There is. No, it's not really a but, because I've been listening further to you, and I'm just thinking, man, we have revisionist, not just history, we got revisionist current events spinners every day in the media. The only thing, as I was listening in the last couple of days, I did have to come to the conclusion that, and my husband and I discussed it, if we had been there, we would have quickly found a news reporter, though they probably wouldn't have reported it, but we would have removed ourselves as very fine people. And I do see what you're saying, and I've listened more. Wait!
Hold it. Why would you have removed yourselves?
Because at that point, I think we would have been identified with what was being promoted from the white supremacists and from the neo-Nazis. And we don't identify with that in any way.
Wait a second, Diane. This was not a Trump rally. Do you understand that?
Yes. And
there would have been no reason why you were there, why you would have gone there. This isn't a Trump rally. It's not a conservative rally. It was a rally on the part of people who got a permit. They oppose statues being torn down. They oppose the attempt to erase aspects of American history.
Yes.
And you're telling me that had you been there, you would have split the scene, the first Nazi sign that you saw, the first swastika.
No, as soon as I saw what was happening, I would have split the scene. Absolutely.
Well, what do you think happened that would have caused you to split the scene?
Violence, and that would have been violence on either side.
Right.
Now, also, we have never, this is so funny because we have very few what I would call liberal friends. I mean, we just don't run in those circles. But there are three people in our lives that we dearly love, my niece, and then two godchildren, 21 and 18. Great niece, actually. But they're very liberal. They've been, schooled in what kids are being schooled in. And so for the first time, I'm trying to listen to their articulations. And they're getting fed the regular
How old are they?
The internet media, the Yahoo media, all that. They're being fed that every day.
How old are they?
Well, the niece is 45, but the young ones are 21 and 18.
Okay. All right. So you are now. Hey, Brian, our little iPhone here just got a FaceTime call. We have a secret private iPhone that we use for broadcast purposes. I'm gonna tell him I do not want to answer it. All right. We actually use this for the ditto cam. So you're for the first time you are sensitive to what they think.
Yeah, because I love them so much.
Right.
When you have a personal love.
Okay, let's cut to the chase. What do you mean by all of this? Because I really am out of time now, but I want to stick with you to find out what your point is. You've had a long setup here to what I know is a point you want to make to me that you're tiptoeing up to. Just hit me between the eyes with it. Just let me have it, Diane.
Because I've been listening to you since I first called in, I think you very clearly said that Trump was not saying that there are very fine people in the white supremacist movement or in the neo-Nazi movement. But that's what's being portrayed. That's what these young people are hearing, and that's what all the liberals are hearing, and that's all they can hear.
Okay, but in the case of your niece, your great niece, and your nephew, do you tell them they're wrong, or do you not? Because you love them, and you might find it pointless to try. How do you deal with this? You say you're more open to what they think, but what if they're wrong in your estimation? And you love them, and you don't want them to be wrong. You want them to see the truth. Do you tell them?
Hearing, and I do think they give me time and they listen, and I appreciate that so much. In fact, I kept thinking, Kay just bought it was an iPhone 6, but new for him. But I just thought, gosh, Kay, I just said his name. Anyway, I thought, all you have to do is get something from Rush, and you'd probably listen to him for a while. He did listen. He did do the Constitution 101 and 102 at Hillsdale College at my request. So he is not a totally closed-minded young man.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. Then your effort and your time spent is worth it. Well, Dan, I'm glad you called. I have to take a break because I said I'm way long here. I appreciate it. We'll be back. We'll continue after this. Don't go away.